Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Mielke, one of the instructors at Wisconsin Virtual Learning. This particular video is going to help you be successful in my online courses. I teach Language Arts 7 and Language Arts 8, along with Social Studies 7, which is Geography, and Social Studies 8, which is U.S. History. So if you have me for two courses, which most of you will, you only need to watch this recording once because my courses are all built basically the same. So you can watch it once and be done. So when you log into Canvas, you're going to arrive at your dashboard, which is exactly where I am right here. And you're going to choose whatever course it happens to be that you want to work in. Now, I have a lot more courses than what you're going to have because I'm an instructor. Along with doing language arts and social studies for 7th and 8th graders, I also have a few high school electives that I work with high schoolers on, and that's what you see here. I'm going to scroll down though to my middle school courses, and I have not yet published those. I will take care of that later today after I have this video ready to go and have it uploaded. So I'm going to be working in Language Arts 7 today for the video, but like I said, all of the courses run very similar. Now, geography is a little bit different this year, and that's because I'm currently writing that particular course. So throughout the year, you will watch for updates on your calendar and things might get moved around. And that's because it's the first year I'm teaching it. And well, I've taught geography in the past, but I have new resources and I am writing that online course this year. So we're not going to work in that one right now. Instead, I'm going to use one that I have taught in the past, and that's Language Arts 7. So when you're ready to go into your course, all you do is click on the course that you want to go into. So here we are now in Language Arts 7, and we're on what's called the home page. So I'm going to move my screen a little bit just so you can see. And here is where I'm going to be putting this video that I just made. Now I'm going to quickly switch over to what's called Student View so that it looks the same as what you're going to see. So if I actually back up here now, you're going to see that there's not as many choices over here anymore as there were before. So on the home page, you find out how to get a hold of me. So you can call me, and what I'm going to have you do is leave me a message on my school office phone. And then if I'm working from home that day, which is most days of the week, I will call you back via Google Voice. Now that can get a little interesting because when I call you back, sometimes it might say I'm from Los Angeles, California, or I'm from Reno, Nevada, or something like that. When in essence, I'm actually just sitting right here in my home in Wisconsin. But when you use Google Voice, it just picks up a number from somewhere. So don't get alarmed by that. Students, you should use Canvas email to contact me. It's usually the fastest and easiest way to get a hold of me. Parents, go ahead and use your family school email that you were given to contact me. Middle School Resource Room, which is study hall, is going to be every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon from 3 to 3:30. And that is where all of the middle school teachers are in one room all at the same time. So you can get all of your questions answered in just one little time. So to get there, you're going to use the conferences link that's in the middle school resource room, which is a different course on your dashboard. And then on Tuesday and Thursdays, early in the morning, 8 to 8:45 a.m. is when I have my office hour. And again, there's a link in the conferences link. There is one that says Mrs. Mielke's office hour or something like that. That's the one you'll use that in the morning for that. Our live classes for Language Arts are at 1:00 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday. Language Arts 8 is at 2:00 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday. Geography is at 10 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday and Thursday, and U.S. History is at 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday and Thursday. On your homepage, the only other thing you have there is your link to your syllabus. So when you have time, go ahead, click there, and that will take you to the syllabus, and you can spend some time reading that. All right, moving my screen back over here. Announcements is where I will put up things that you need to know. Right now, all that's in there is a Welcome to Language Arts 7 announcement, which is just, hello, I'm excited to see you type of thing. But then I also have one in there about assignments, quizzes, and tests. And this is important for you to know because I typically will only grade your work one time. So you need to make sure you're ready to take a quiz before you take it, or ready to take a test, or ready to hand an assignment in. So what I tell you in that announcement is to keep the integrity of our online courses, I only grade them once. So you want to make sure that you go to your live class, you participate in that live class, then you work your way through the online lessons, which I'll show you here in a minute, do all of the ungraded work that's in the online assignments, study, then go ahead and take a quiz. So there's a lot more than just going to class and then going to take a quiz. You have a lot of work to do outside of class because I only meet with you twice a week versus 5 times a week. So you have a lot of independent work to take care of outside of our class time. In the modules tab is where you find everything that you need for the course. All of your lessons are there, all of your assignments are there. So we start with just a little module called Getting to Know You. You open up the page for it and it says, Welcome to Language Arts 7. I'm glad that you're with me on this journey. To begin, I'd like to get to know you better. So please take some time to fill out the reading inventory. That will be your first assignment for the year. Now I'm going to move my screen just a little bit again. There's a next button off to the side here. So after you've read that, you click the next button and it takes you to that reading inventory, which says it's a quiz. That's only because that's the only way I could put it in the system. So you're going to click the quiz to open it up and you're going to answer all, I think there's 12 questions. So you just put your cursor in there, type out your answer to each of the 12 questions. And then when you get all the way down to the bottom, there will be a submit, and I don't know if I can move. Oh yeah, I might be able to move far enough. Submit your quiz. So when you're done with it, you submit it for me to grade it. Now, I am not going to submit that right now. I'm just instead going to go back to the modules tab. So I'm going to click here, and it's okay that I didn't save anything right now. But in the modules tab, like I said, is where everything you need will be. So you have your overview of Unit 1, you have your first lesson, your second lesson, and here's your first quiz, which is on lessons 1 and 2. But let's go ahead and open up one of those lessons so that you can see what it looks like. So this is Unit 1, Lesson 1, which is an introduction to the short story, and then you're going to read the short story, Ricky Tikki Tavi. I give you your learning targets, and then I give you the entire lesson. And you might be looking at this right now going, oh my gosh, Mrs. Mielke, how am I supposed to get all of this done? Well, this is your ungraded work. So it's the stuff you want to work your way through, but it's also going to tell you here what to read out of your textbook. And those are your short stories and the different things that I want you to read. Now, there's only 2 lessons per week. We have 5 days of school. So you're going to spread it out over those 5 days, however it works for you. If you think about roughly 10 pages per day to read, that is a pretty good amount for you to be thinking about. So let's go back to the modules tab again. And I want to show you, these are quizzes. They have the little rocket next to them and they're indented. That lets you know it's something that you have to turn in. But here's something else that has to be turned in because it's indented, but it has a different icon. This is an assignment. To turn in an assignment, you open it up, and what you're going to see at the top, I have to be able to move my screen here first. There we go. You're going to click Submit Assignment. Even though kids go, but I'm not ready to submit it, I have to put it in. Well, that's how they do it. So you click Submit Assignment, and then I'll move my screen down here again. And you can either upload a file, so you can choose a file that you've saved on your computer. You can go to a website URL, like from Google Drive. You can copy and paste the URL into this box right here. Or you can go right to Google Drive. Now, I can't because I'm masquerading as a student right now, but that is what you would do, is you would go right to Google Drive and upload it from there. Then once you have it, so I'm going to go back to I'm going to go to the website URL. I'm going to pretend I put it in there, and then I'm going to click Submit, and that will send it to me. So most of the things that you're going to have in the Modules tab are going to be quizzes or assignments, and those are the things that have to be turned into me for me to grade and for you to, get your grade based off of. Okay, so that's the Modules tab along with assignments and quizzes. I'm going to move my screen over a little bit again. The next one is the Grades tab. And what you're going to find in the Grades tab is your particular grade book, and it has everything in order for you. This one is a formative assessment, the reading inventory, as is your quiz, your other quiz, your graphic organizer. Those are all formative. Then you're going to notice this one's a summative. So things are switching over to standards-based grading here at WVL, and we have formative assessments, which are like practice assignments, and then we have things that are based right off of the standards that are graded more heavily. So in 7th grade, your formative assessments are worth 30% of your grade, and your summatives are worth 70% of your grade. So your writings and your exams are going to be worth more than little quizzes and graphic organizers and things like that are going to be worth, because those are your practice and getting you ready for your summatives. So you're going to be graded 70-30, 70% summative, 30% formative. 8th graders, it moves up a little bit. So it's 20% formative, 80% summative, because when you get to high school, it's 90-10, 90 summative, 10% formative. So we're trying to get you ready for that, and we're working our way up to that. So I have 70-30 in 7th grade, and then 80-20 in 8th grade to get you ready for high school, which is 90-10. So this is your grade book. It gives you everything in order of due date. It lets you know when everything's due. Right now, these are all dashes. That means that nothing's been submitted. If something is submitted and I haven't graded it yet, that'll turn to an icon, or it'll turn to a number. It'll let you know what you scored out of 12 or 22 or 35. So that's your grade book. Now, moving over to the left-hand side again, we have a new place to go for live class this year. And you might have just noticed that. I'm going to go back again. That it's called Conferences. It's going to be very similar to Blackboard Collaborate, but it's out of Big Blue Button this year. And you're going to get there through Conferences. Now, I just clicked on there, and you can see that it's not yet available because I haven't published the course yet. But once you do, you're going to see that you can get into the course that way. Actually, if I switch to out of student view, I might be able to get it a little bit better for you. So you can see the Language Arts 7 course here. And then on the right-hand side, when it's class time, you're going to click Join, and that will take you into the online classroom. So you won't have some of these other buttons. This is my side of it as an instructor. The only other thing that I wanted to show you in this video is your calendar. Well, I have two other things. Sorry, calendar is one of them. So let me see if I can get to my calendar here. It goes a little slow when I'm trying to switch things when I'm actually recording at the same time. So it says that it's working on it. There we go. And I'm going to go to September, and I'm going to actually just put up Language Arts 7 since that's the one that we had been working in. And what you're going to see there is what you need for the month of September. So your reading inventory is due on the 1st. You're going to work on Unit 1, Lesson 1 on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We have Labor Day here, so nothing. And then you're going to start Unit 1, Lesson 2 on Tuesday and take a quiz, and then work on Lesson 3 for the rest of the week. So that's what I'm saying when I say you only have 2 lessons per week, and you can divide it out over the 4 days. So in this first full week here, we have Lesson 4 and Lesson 5, and then you're going to do an iReady test later on in the month. You'll have some work days for things, but this calendar is where you find out what you should be working on each day or what is due for that day. And finally, the inbox is the internal email system. And when you want to get a hold of me, you click this Compose button. You select the course, which we've been using Language Arts 7, and it's not letting me click on it right now. There we go. You'd put in Mielke to get my name to pop up. And then you'd give it a subject, and then you type out the email to me. Hi, Mrs. Mielke. And then when you're done, I have to move my screen just a hair. You click the send button.